Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Today we are going to discuss with you the heart failure. So, what is the contents of the heart failure? Number one, we will discuss with you the definition, then classification, and then we will discuss with you the what are the causes of the heart failure, and what is the clinical manifestation of the heart failure, and what is the pathophysiology of the heart failure, and then we will go for the diagnosis, and the last component of this lecture we will go for the management of the heart failure. So before going to this heart failure definition, first of all we will go for the normal anatomical structure of the heart. Heart has a four chambers. Two upper, that is called the atrium, means right atrium and the left atrium, and two ventricles, means the right ventricle and left ventricle. So this is the anatomical presentation of the heart. And what is the function of heart? Suppose atria. What is the function of the atria? Means atria, it collects blood from the body. Means blood comes from the body and go into the atria. Atria is the collection center. And the second component, that is the ventricles, it supply blood to the body. Atria collect blood from the body and ventricles supplies blood to the body. So right ventricle supplies blood to the lungs. LV, left ventricle, supplies blood into the systemic circulation. So कुछ टर्म्स हैं. नंबर वन, व्हाट इज द हार्ट फेल्यूर? So there are multiple definitions, right? Number one, the what is the heart failure? When you say congestive heart failure, and what is the congestive heart failure? You can say. So these are the different definition of the heart failure. So first, now we are going to the definition of the heart failure. The This is the congestive heart failure, but before going this congestive heart failure, I will define the heart failure. Heart failure is a medical term of the heart failure, and it is defined as a condition which heart is unable to the pump enough blood required for the normal body function. This is called as a heart failure. And congestive heart failure means congestion of the pulmonary or the systemic circulation. That is called the backward failure. Means congestion of the pulmonary and the systemic circulations. That is called as the backward failure. And second is called the reduced blood output of the blood to the tissue, means this is called the forward failure. So these both terms when used, that is called as a congestive heart failure. Congestive heart failure define left side heart failure, right side heart failure, or biventricular, means both ventricles are failure. That's you can say this is a congestive heart failure. So now the definition of the congestive heart failure. Heart failure is defined as a state in which the heart cannot deliver the adequate cardiac output to meet the metabolic needs of their body. So this is the definition. Now, what are the epidemiology and the etiology of the congestive heart failure. So the etiology is a different in the pediatric age group and the adult. So now we can talk about the etiology and epidemiology of the pediatric age group. So the force generated by the cardiac muscle depend on its the contractile status and the basal length which is equivalent the preload. So what is the preload? As a preloads means the fiber length, left ventricular filling pressure or left ventricular volume. This is called as the preload and increase myocardial performance. This is called as the stroke volume and wall tension means tension around the heart wall. So you can say this is the increase performance. So increase up to the point, and this is called as normal Starling curve. This is a physiology of this uh, heart failure. So the changes are alteration of this contractile style of lower the relative position of this curve but retain relationship of the fiber length to the muscles. So that's why you can say this is the definition of the congestive heart failure. So heart rate is another important determination of the cardiac work. Means heart rate is indicated for the cardiac work because the cardiac output equal to the stroke volume times and the heart rate. Heart failure occur when heart is unable to pump the blood at the rate of the compensate the metabolic need means deliver to the oxygen. It may be due to change in myocardial contractility that results low cardiac output and abnormal loading conditions being placed by the myocardium. This abnormal loading conditions may be afterload means pressure load which is the aortic stenosis, pulmonary stenosis, coarctation of aorta and the preload. Preloads are the conditions in which the overload or over volume like ventricular septal defect, PDA, valvular insufficiency. These are the condition in which there is a preload or the volume overload. This is called the volume overload. And the afterload means pressure can be increased by the aortic stenosis, pulmonary stenosis, and coarctation of the aorta. So they can create the pressure, and it is called as the afterload. And the preload means VSD, PDA, and valvular insufficiency. Volume overload is the most common cause of the heart failure in children. Suppose a baby who is a failure to thrive, and baby is going to acute severe malnutrition, and we are treating in hospital giving the volume or the fluids, they can cause the failure, and this is the most common cause of the heart failure in children. Number three, age of the presentation is also helpful in the creating the differential diagnosis. There are different presentations like in the first week of the life, the excess after load being placed on the myocardium is the most cause of the heart failure. What are the presentation? The heart failure present around the age of the 2 month. We can divide it of the heart failure depends upon the age of the baby. And this is the difference between the adult as well as the pediatric age group. So when we are going to classification, suppose we can say what is the classification of the heart failure. So we can say the classification of the heart failure is the systolic heart failure, diastolic heart failure, acute heart failure, chronic heart failure, left side means LV, left side heart failure, and you can say right side heart failure. So these are the different classification of the heart failure. And if you go for the heart failure around the age of the 2 month due to increase left to right shunting means this is the most common congenital heart disease that is called the VSD, and you can say PDA, means in which the pulmonary vascular resistance also in decrease, and that's why they can present in the age of 2 months. Number two, the acquired heart diseases like myocarditis and you can say cardiomyopathy can present in any age, but the most can occur in the toddler means after the age of 1 year. There are other features they can cause the heart causes or etiology of the heart failure. So in the fetus, we talk about the fetus, what are the causes of the heart failure in the fetus. The most common cause of the severe anemia, that is called the hemolysis, means mother is negative and baby is positive, RH incompatibility, fetal metal transfusion, and sometimes hypoplastic congenital hypoplastic anemia. They can cause the heart failure in the fetus. If a baby who has supraventricular tachycardia, ventricular tachycardia, and sometimes they are present with the heart block, so they are present in the fetus, and this is the common cause of the heart failure in the fetus. Other causes like arrhythmias, myocardial infarctions usually occur in the adult group but not in this pediatric age group. Hypertension also cause in the adult but not in the pediatric. Anemia no doubt can occur in the both age group, but the common vulnerable are the pediatric age group. Atherosclerosis is a not common problem of the pediatric age group, so you can not be remember this cause of the heart failure. Infections like I was already told you, myocarditis can cause by the viral, so they can cause the heart failure. So this is the also obesity is a not a pediatric age group common, but usually occurs in the adult. Atrioventricular AV insufficiency or atrioventricular valve insufficiency is the common in the fetus. High cardiac output failure is also usually occurs if a baby who's born to newborn have a heart failure. Think about the AV malformation that is called the teratoma. Now, after the fetus, what are the heart causes of the heart failure in a premature babies, premature neonates? So, number one is the fluid overload. Please remember, in the premature infant, afterload is the overload of the fluid is the common cause of the pediatric newborn babies. Second cause of the premature is the PDA and the ventricular septal defect, and sometimes baby can present with the carpalmonary means respiratory problem, and baby can develop the complications. So these are the causes of the heart failure in the neonates, and that is called the premature. What are the causes of the heart failure in the full term? That is called the term babies. Number one is the asphyxia, that is called the birth asphyxia and can cause the myocardiopathy. So this is the cause of the heart failure. And second component, that is called the atrioventricular malformation, that is the vein of Galen or sometimes hepatic. So these patients can present with the heart failure. Third category of the full-term babies cause of the heart failure is the left side obstruction lesions. Suppose a child who is present with coarctation of aorta, hypoplastic heart failure, and sometimes early age in the neonatal period, they are present with the critical aortic stenosis. So this is the cause of the heart failure. PGA, transposition of the great artery. This is a cyanotic congenital heart disease, is the common cause of the cyanosis in the neonate. And the large mixed defects means single ventricle truncus arteriosus. These are also variant of the cyanotic congenital heart diseases. Viral myocarditis is also cause of the heart failure, anemia, supraventricular tachycardia, and heart block also cause the heart failure in the full-term babies. What are the causes of infant or the toddlers? They are present with the heart failure. Number one is the left to right shunt, means most common heart failure, that is called the ventricular septal defect. Hemangiomas, this is a congenital malformation of the atriovenous, and they can cause the heart failure. And sometimes congenital anomalies of the left coronary artery also play a role for the heart failure. And third, metabolic cardiomyopathy like a Gaucher diseases or storage disorders can cause the heart failure. So these are the causes usually occurring. Infants means age is 1 year, and above the 1 years you can say the infants and toddlers. Now acute hypertension is a very rare cause in the pediatric age group, but this is occur in the toddlers. Initial hemolytic uremic syndrome, usually a baby who is present with the diarrhea and sometimes go into the renal shutdowns. So this can present with the acute hemolytic uremic syndrome or hemolytic uremic syndrome. Second category of the hypertensions usually occur by the acute glomerulonephritis, but very rare hypertension occur in the pediatric age group. Sometimes hypertension can occur in the coarctation of aorta, but this is the common cause of the hypertension in the pediatric age group. Supraventricular tachycardia, Kawasaki diseases usually occurs in the multiple involvement. This is the form of the vasculitis, and patient can present with the criteria of the Kawasaki like strawberry tongue. Patient can present with the rash. Patient can present with the fevers, and patient can involve by the heart. So this is the rare but usually occur in the toddlers or the above age of the 5 years. Post-operative repair of the heart failure also can cause the heart failure. Now, child means child who is above the 5 years and adolescent. What are the causes of the heart failure in adolescent and the child? The most common, that is called the acquired heart disease, that is called the rheumatic fever. This is the most common. And second category is the acute hypertension due to the acute glomerulonephritis. They are present with the hypertension and they can present with the heart failure. Viral myocarditis usually occurs up in the infant under the age of the 6 months, yeah, under the age of 1 year. This is the common viruses can cause the myocarditis, and this is the medical emergency. If we are not treating, baby can be died due to the heart failure. Thyrotoxicosis, this is called the congenital hyperthyroidism, can cause the tachycardia and ultimately go into the heart failure. Hemochromatosis and the hemosiderosis. This is the two different types of the definition. Hemochromatosis means accumulation of the iron in the tissue. That is called the hemochromatosis. The example of this hemochromatosis is the hemolytic anemia, and that hemolytic anemia you can say this is a thalassemia, and this is the common complication of the over iron, and this can cause the myocardial heart failure in the children those are present with the hemolytic anemia, that is called thalassemia. Hemosiderosis means accumulation of the iron. Hemochromatosis means accumulation of the iron in the tissue, but the hemosiderosis means accumulation iron, that is called the hemosiderosis, the accumulation iron in the body. And hemosiderin, third name is the hemosiderin. Hemosiderin is a term usually used as the iron stored, is the name as the hemosiderin. Hemochromatosis, accumulation of the iron in the tissue. Hemosiderin, siderosis, accumulation iron in the body. And hemosiderin means iron overload. So cancer therapy like radiation also play a role for the heart failure in the pediatric age group. Sickle cell anemia, because the anemia is a cause of the heart failure. So sickle cell anemia is a cause of the heart failure. And endocarditis means this is the infections because of the bacterial cause of the endocarditis. And card pulmonalis, usually the cystic fibrosis is the autosomal recessive inheritance usually present with the frequent diarrhea and the upper respiratory tract infections, and patient is unable to export the sputum. Oh, sorry, ability of the excessive amount of the sputum. So cystic fibrosis ultimately can failure the right sides, and ultimately patient go into the carpulmonary. Arrhythmias also can cause the heart failure in the adult and child. Chronic upper way airway obstructions, carpulmonale, I was already told you, and unrepaired or palliative congestic congenital heart disease, like you can repair for the VSD, you can repair for the PDA, or sometimes you can repair for the cyanotic congenital heart disease, so patient can present with the heart failure. Cardiomyopathy, there are three different classification of the cardiomyopathy: dilated cardiomyopathy, restricted cardiomyopathy, and third is the cardiomyopathy, that is called the viral cardiomyopathy. So these are the different causes of the heart failure in the pediatric age group. There are causes of the heart failure, it can be grouped. Number one is the systolic pump failure, diastolic pump failure, primary arrhythmias, high output states, and the volume overload lesions and the pressure overload lesion. So in the systolic pump failure, the condition can cause the heart failure. Those they are present with the systolic pump failure, they are primary myocardial diseases like myocarditis, idiopathic dilated cardiomyopathy. We don't know what is the cause of this dilated cardiomyopathy. Systemic ischemic myocardium. This is a very rare anomalies in the pediatric age group in which the coronary artery anomalies. So they can cause the pump failure. So you can say this is the cause of the heart failure because of the pump failure. Systolic pump failure. What about the diastolic pump failure? Means a patient who's present with the hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, restricted cardiomyopathy, in which there is a diastolic pump is failed, which is not enough to pump the blood through the systemic, and that's why they can cause the hypertrophic and restricted cardiomyopathy. Number three, that is called primary arrhythmias like supraventricular tachycardia, junctional or ventricular tachycardia also play a role for the heart failure, and there is cause of the primary arrhythmia. High output states means anemia is called by the high output failure, that is called the anemic failure, and thyrotoxicosis also is a cause of the over volume of the patient who can present. This is called the anemic or thyrotoxicosis can cause present the heart failure. Volume overload lesions, like good example left to right shunt, that is called the VSD, and you can other name you should remember, that is called the PDA. And the pressure overload lesions means there is a critical aortic stenosis usually present in the neonates, and the coarctations of the aorta usually present with the hypertension. The hypertension is the commonest presentation in pediatric age group of the hypertension. The common cause of the hypertension in the pediatric age group is the coarctation of aorta, and the second category you can say this is the renal problem. Now, the clinical features of the heart failure, we can divide it symptoms and the signs. So please remember the symptoms. May you should remember the fatigueness. Always patient can present with the fatigue, weakness, shortness of breath on exertion, and पता नहीं बंद हो गया ना ना कैमरा से ताजा मायला वीडियो अपलोड किया नो बैठा था जगह लिंक मोकली में हां ये ना बस करा चले तो ना मैं ये चीज अपने वीडियो प्ले लेने तो ये मुझे ताज की साइड में फोटो मुझे ना ना और ड्राइवर ही निकाल ना है so shortness of breath at the rest, coughing, patient can present with the coughing, patient can present with the wheezing, patient can present with anorexia, sometimes patient can present weight loss, and sometimes proximal nocturnal dyspnea, nausea, abdominal pain, and sometimes patient can present with the sleep disturbance. So these are the signs, symptoms. Signs में क्या होगा कि patient can present with pulmonary edema, bilirubin के साथ present sign होगी, tachycardia होगी, narrow pulsing, cardiomegaly, peripheral edema, and when you see the JVP can be raised. So the clinical manifestation of the heart failure depends upon the age of the patient. We can describe the age, what are the symptoms according to age, what are the signs according to the age. So in the pediatric age group, the heart failure present in infant. Infant means under 1 year of age. They are present with poor feeding. Mother has complained the baby is not getting feed, means baby is unable to take a feed. Number two, mother is always complaining failure to thrive. If a mother who is complaining baby is not taking feed and baby is a tachypnea या baby has a diaphoresis with the feeding, ये infant में they are present. मदर कंप्लेन कर रही है बच्चा सही दूध नहीं पी रहा, बच्चे का वजन नहीं बढ़ रहा, जब दूध पीता है तो बच्चे को पसीने आ रहे हैं. In the infant there is a very difficult to diagnose the heart failure, but the classical presentation or the manifestation or the clinical features in infant, number one is the poor feeding. Although there are other causes of the poor feeding, but one cause of the poor feeding is the heart failure. Number two, failure to thrive. There are so many causes of the heart failure, but the failure to thrive is the one cause of the presentation of heart failure. Tachypnea means increase the respiratory rate, and there is a perspiration. Liver is congestion. There is a tender hepatomegaly, and there is a raised JVP. These are the sign of the right heart failure. What are the signs of the left heart failure? the patient can present with the cyanosis and patient have a basal crepitation. Patient can present with the dyspnea. So these are the left side heart failure. But when these both occurs, so patient can present with the shortness of breath, easy fatigability and edema. When you do the examination of these children, it depends on the pulmonary venous congestion, systemic venous congestions, or you can say both can be present. So patient can present tachycardia, means increase the heart rate of the normal, means there is a normal rate and this is an increase above the normal, and there is a gallop rhythm, means this is the added sounds you can audible during the auscultation. And when you palpate the pulse, they are 3D, means weak pulses may be present in these children. If the left side heart failure is a dominant, and you can say the clinically this is a left sided failure, what happens, the patient can present tachypnea, means increase the respiration, orthopnea, जब वो लेटेगा तो लेट नहीं सकेगा, sometimes you will find as a wheezing, and there is a pulmonary edema and patient is unable to take a breath because of the pulmonary edema, backward pressure. When patient present with the right heart failure, there are hepatomegaly, edema, and distended neck veins. You can say these are the signs of the right side of the failure. There are three in the right sides and three in the left side. When the both left and rights are involved, you can say this is the congestive heart failure. After the clinical manifestations, now you can diagnose by this, by the help of the images. Number, when you suspect, now second component you can diagnosis. Diagnosis depend upon the X-ray chest, diagnosis upon the ECG, echocardiography, heart catheterization, angiography, and sometimes you will go for the blood test. Blood test is not necessary in the pediatric age group, but you can advise for the other comorbid infections. So this is the important. So this is the X-ray, means you will see the, sometimes you will not find, but sometimes you will find as a cardiomegaly. Echocardiography is the diagnostic tool in the pediatric age group. What will you see in the echocardiography? You will see this size of the heart chambers, and you can measure the myocardial thickness, means function of the myocardium, and you can diagnose this is a congenital defect present or this is because of the acquired. And heart catheterization is the procedure you will perform when you can advise patient for the any surgical interventions. So this is the advised by the catheterization. And angiography is also invasive procedure, so you cannot do in the heart failure, but you can advise when you patient put on the surgical intervention. So these are the blood test. If you have a baby can present with the fever, secondary bacterial infections, you can do the blood CBC, see the focus of the infections. Now, the management of the heart failure, there is a non-pharmacological management. Number one is the bed rest. This is the most important management part of the heart failure. Number two, there is counseling to the parents, consuming the small amount of the meal, because जब आप ज़्यादा feed कराओगे they can overload and patient have a discomfort. So this is the most important, should be avoided by the non-pharmacology, the reduced use of the sodium, that is called the restriction is the importance. And there is a in the pediatric, but the adult group, a patient is present with the smoking, smoking should be cessation and avoid should be alcohol. but there is not in the pediatric age group. But the management of the pharmacologically, patient put on the AC inhibitors, diuretics, anotropic agents, beta blockers you should advise, and calcium channel blockers, vasodilators, 3D, digitals, and sometimes patient can present advice for the aldosterone agonist, and very rare you can advise for the angiotensin receptor block. So these are the list of the management. So the initial treatment is direct to improve the myocardial function. This is the aim of the management. Number two, optimizing the preload and afterload. This is the aim of the management. Number one is improve the myocardial function. Number two, optimizing the preload and the afterload. And diuretics. This is the important
सर
thing.
आवाज नहीं आ रही.
हेलो, आवाज नहीं आ रही? आवाज आ रही है? हेलो.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now diuretics, most important, we can advise the loop diuretics, and this diuretics can cause the anotropic supports and afterload reduction. So when we give the diuretics, loop diuretics like furosemide, this is the reduce the afterload of the babies. And the long-term therapy usually consists of diuretics and the afterload reductions, both can be given. Now, what is the demerits when you advise for the furosemide? They can decrease the potassium. So people are used as the spironolactone. This is a potassium sparing agents, and usually aid as a medical regime because its effects on the cardiac role modeling. So this is also given by this spironolactone. No doubt the other category, that is the thiazide diuretics, is also used, but this is not used in the pediatric age group. The management of the heart failure should be underlying the cause. This is the most important, because if a baby is a VSD, ventricular septal defect, or baby have a, suppose a baby who have a PDA, or sometimes baby have anomalies of the coronary arteries. So it depends upon the cause of the heart failure. So first you can remove the cause and then you can manage. This is the management of the baby who are present with the heart failure, like a bed rest. Position of the baby should be maintained. A older baby feel better when sleeping in the semi upright position at the angle of 20 to 30 degree, because they reduce the venous return. So we can tilt upright position of the bed. Feeding, we can start slowly and small amount of the feeding, and salt restriction is the important of the baby who are present with the heart failure. These patients should be admitted, most important, because these are the heart failure, and patient should be given oxygen, poor position, bed rest. This is the non-pharmacological management of a baby who are present with the heart failure. So these baby admitted in the PICU, pediatric intensive care unit, baby should be admitted. Number two, the record of the vital should be maintained, and these babies should be intake and output should be carefully recorded. Oxygen therapy, please remember, if a baby is a heart failure, fluid restriction, the fluid should be given in a normal routine. We can give the 100 ml per kg, but in this age, because baby is a heart failure, you can reduce or restrict the fluid. You can give the 75 ml per kg per day, in the heart failure patient. But please, it is not necessary you can give it in the 1 hour or 2 hour, but should be given day means within 24 hours. I was already told you if you send a blood for any infections, when you find there is a increased number of the TLC or low platelets, you think about CRP, what happens, this can cause the infections. So you can treat the infection and give the antibiotics. Now, the loop diuretics, the gold standard for the use of the furosemide. ये क्या कर rapid onset है and this is the short duration you can give. But please remember loop diuretics like a furosemide should be given a 2 or more doses, but should not be given continuous because they can cause hypokalemia and patient can present with the alkalosis. So should be avoided, but you can advise these children for the potassium sparing agents. Now, this is the specific management of a baby who is present with the heart failure. I was already show you some pictures, slides. There is an anemic failure, so please you should give the blood transfusion. Now, question is that should we give for the whole blood or should we go for the PEG? So please remember if a baby is severely anemic, so please remember, if a baby is severely anemic, should not give in the whole blood. You can advise for the PEG cell, but under cover of the diuretics, because the over volume can cause the death of the infant because of the heart failure already. And when you can give the volume, so over volume is the common cause of the heart failure. Diuretics, I was already told you the loop diuretics is the gold standard. This is the short, and you can give the 2 to 3 doses. They can cause the inhibit the chloride reabsorption and increase the effects on the loop of Henle, resulting the metabolic alkalosis and also neutrosis means they can excrete the sodium. So this is a good when patient can present with the edema and patient can present with the pulmonary congestion, heart failure. So you can give the diuretics. Now question is that what is the dose of the diuretics like a furosemide we can give in the pediatric age group. So please remember you can give the 1 to 2 milligram per kg baby is a failure, so you can give the reduce the load and then patient put on the 2 milligram per kg in divided 2 doses. This is the short acting and you can advise for the in emergency when you are doing this treatment of the heart failure. Spironolactone, this is called the potassium sparing diuretics. There are other spironolactone and other trimetrine is the other name, but the spironolactone is a specific inhibitors of the aldosterone. They can inhibit and there is a inhibits reabsorption. So what happens there, the potassium is a sparing agent. So what is the dose of the spironolactone is a 2 to 4 milligram per kg per day in 2 divided doses. Number third category you can say digoxin. What is the function of the digoxin? Why we give the digoxin? Digoxin is the drug of choice in the congestive cardiac failure. So what is the dose of the digoxin? The dose of the digoxin can be start from 0.03 to 0.05 milligram per kg, and the maintenance dose should be start from 0.01 milligram per kg per day. Total 10 microgram per kg per day should be advised. But in a severe condition where baby is a severe cardiac failure and he is not in a position to maintain the cardiac output, you can advise the rapid digitalization, means half dose is given IV initially and followed by the 1/4 total dose after the 8 to 6 hours and remaining fourth is given after the another 6 to 8 hours. So this is called the rapid digitalizations. Now, management of the heart failure is 3D: diuretics, digoxin, and third category is dilators. So daily maintenance of the digoxin is start 12 hours after the last dose and given is equal to doses. What are the toxicity of the digoxin? Digoxin toxicity can cause the anorexia, nausea, vomiting, and sometimes they are present with the color vision changes. So please remember this is the toxicity of the digoxin. Digoxin can cause the slow heart rate and below 100 per infant and 80 per infant beats per infant in children and 60 in children respectively indicate there is a toxicity of the digoxin. This is the clinically tool you can monitor the heart rate at the bedside. The digoxin can cause the arrhythmias for the ventricular and they can present with the extra systole to the heart failure can occur. So ECG is the tool for the diagnosis of the digoxin toxicity and they are present prolongation of the PR interval. So this is the management of digoxin toxicity, how to treat a patient who is present with the digoxin toxicity. So number one is the stop the digoxin. Number two, continue cardiac monitoring is the most important. And if you are working a good setup, you can give the KCL in infusion 5% dextrose, zero point 0.1, zero point 0.5 ml per kg per hour. Avoid in the heart block. So you should give the conscious potassium because they can cause the heart block. So treat sinus tachycardia with the atropines. Some people use as a phenytoin 5 to 10 milligram loading dose given in a push IV for the arrhythmias and repeat after 5 to 10 minutes with double dose and maximum dose combined of this can be given. For the ventricular topics given by the lignocaine and the treatment of choice is a digoxin is a specific name is a Fab fragment. This is the choice of the digoxin toxicity treatment. What is the important that is called by the Fab fragment. This is the specific or choice of the treatment of the digoxin toxicity. Digoxin is contraindicated in the renal failure. So please you should ask history and after the history you can give start of the digoxin. Now third category of the management which is not concerned with the pediatric age group that is called the inhibitors of the renin angiotensin aldosterone system. Usually that is called the AC inhibitors. And the AC inhibitors, the good example, the captopril, enalapril, but this is not used in the pediatric age group because this is used in the adult. So this can be inhibited because the etiology of the heart failure in the pediatric age group is different and adult. So what happens क्या करती है ये AC inhibitors they can inhibit the angiotensin conversion enzymes and they can cause the inhibitors feedbacks so renin release. So this can be effects when there is a hypertension patient can present like coarctation of aorta. So you can advise for this AC inhibitors. We are not using in the pediatric age group, but sometimes people can use. This is the use of the heart failure. The inotropes usually used in the pediatric age group, they are present with the myocarditis. So you can give the dobutamine or you can advise Dubutex because this can be gives the anotropes can cause the increase force of the contractions and all increase the intra cellular calcium concentration. So this can be used as a dopamine or dobutamine in patient who are present with the myocarditis. Now the dobutamine or the dopamine and dobutamine are used when there is a low BP and urine output remains low. So you can give this treatment in the ICU because they can improve the blood pressure and increase the urine output. So if a patient is not getting response, so what is the dose of this dopamine? Dopamine should be given by the infusion 2 to 5 microgram per kg per minute as direct effects on the dopamine is receptors in the kidney. When this is the diuretic effects, when dose increase means you can give the 5 to 10 microgram per kg. This is called the inotropic and chronotropic. Both means contraction and force. They can effects on the beta receptors of the heart. When you increase the dose of the inotropics means 10 to 20 microgram per kg, they are stimulate the receptors and the causing the peripheral vasoconstriction. So this can be when we can increase the peripheral vasoconstriction stimulation, we can give the 10 to 20 milligram per kg. But when you reduce dose or low dose given, it can affect as a diuretics. Preparation, how to prepare the inotropics, and this is the drug of the ICU or PICU. So how you can give this preparation? 1 ml of dopamine injection is equal to 40 milligram. This is the formula when you make a chamber of a baby who is present with the carditis or the low cardiac output or the urine. So you dose given a 6 milligram per kg into 6 into weight diluted in 100 ml and can given in 1/5 normal saline. So this is the important drug and usually used in the pediatric age group. So you should remember. And after this, we can advise for this baby is a vasodilators like hydralazine. This is the vasodilators is it directly relax the arterioles and arteries and reducing the vascular resistance. Vasodilators are very rarely used because they can decrease the preload and also help in the reduce the afterload, but there are side effects, so you should not advise in the pediatric age because they can cause the nausea, they are present with the tachycardia, they are present with the tachypnea, and sometimes they can cause the water and salt restriction. So this is not used in the pediatric age group, but people are used in the adults. But I was already told you this is a different cause of the etiology of the heart failure in the pediatric as well as the adult. The fourth category we are not using, but people are using the calcium channel blockers. This is a list of the calcium channel blockers, and this is also used in the adult, but we are not using in the pediatric age group. So I think this is the other vasodilators are used like reduce afterload in the ventricle and the peripheral systemic vasodilatations. They can help in the severe terminal heart failure due to the LV diseases. So sometimes people are use IV phosphodiesterase inhibitors, improve the cardiac contractility, also decrease the pulmonary and the vascular resistance. Now, I was already told you captoprils AC inhibitors are used, but in conscious conditions when there is a logic not use every patient who is present with the heart failure, because the heart failure etiology is a different. I was already show you some slides. The neonate, infant, even in the fetus, there are different causes of the heart failure, so you can manage according to cause of the heart failure. Thank you very much for your attention. If you have any question regarding the heart failure in the pediatric age group, you can ask me question.